of Com, which would set him back even further. And now it looks like Hyva's going for a harass upon Hwasin's base. Hwasin's forced to bring his Medic Marines back. It looks like about 6 Mutalisks total for Hyva here, and it looks like the early strategy of going for Mutalisks has paid off for him. And it looks like, yeah, there's absolutely nothing in the back of Hwasin's base. He has no engineering bay, so no turrets up for him, and it looks like he's going to be forced to keep a large group of Medic Marines here to prevent his SCVs from getting picked off. And meanwhile, it looks like Zerglings, just a couple of Zerglings left for Com. And it looks like Com really has almost nothing in his base. He has a lot of spores, and his spawning pool was indeed taken out. It looks like actually Hyva's setting up an expansion now behind those photon cannons, and he really has enough of an advantage right now to be able to do so. I think this game is well getting out of hand for the STX team, and eSTRO might win 3-0 in this series. Yeah, eSTRO is up 2-0 right now, and another game here, of course, would give them the entire set. It would be quite an impressive victory over STX, especially because eSTRO was not very highly rated last season. I think STX was higher rated than them, and so far, Hwasin just unable to keep up his side of the fight here, really forced to stay in his base, and meanwhile, now an attack going down upon Com's base. There's about 8 Zealots pounding away at those sunken colonies, and because Com was forced to build all the spores, his economy really was hurting. He has no Zerglings to speak of now, and it looks like these Zealots might be able to take down. It looks like they're not really focusing on the Sunkens, though. They're sort of focusing on the spores and the Sunkens, which is a good idea because now the northern part of Com's base does not have any anti-air, and it looks like Hyva is going to be trying to exploit this fact. Hwasin finally getting out of his base. Great job by Hyva keeping Hwasin in his base, and it looks like the necessary damage was done. Hyva needs to get in there and kill that spore colony before it finishes morphing. Looks like he'll be able to get there and do at least a lot of damage to that spore. He really needs to just focus on that spore, forget about everything else, and looks like he will take the spore colony down. Yeah, he's going to take the spore colony down. Now he's in huge trouble, basically. Com's in huge trouble. The second spore will get taken down also. His second hatchery will also get taken down, I feel. And really, it's up to Hwasin now. Hyva really is going to just have free reign over Com's base, and Com so far in this game has really not done much. I think his mistake was building those early Sunkens. He built a pair of Sunkens early on in the game. Instead of getting layer tech, instead of going up in the tech tree, trying to go for an all Zergling build here, and really not paying off against the all Zealot build that initially Tester went for, really just not working against those large amounts of Zealots. And I also felt the second mistake was Hwasin not moving out of his base early enough. Really, perhaps Com was forced to build those Sunkens because Hwasin was not there to support. Now Hwasin finally getting in there, but the damage has been done by those Mutalisks. Those Mutalisks can just simply fly away, as they are right now. Looks like a lot of the defensive buildings were taken out. The second hatchery was not taken out, but really, the eSTRO team is firmly in lead now, and now it looks like Rabog's facility going up for Tester. Hyva's economy is doing great now. He has a second base now at his natural expansion, so really a 2-base Zerg versus a 1-base Zerg with barely any ground forces and no tech to speak of, not even a layer up for Com yet, and I was surprised because Hyva and, well, I guess the main thing that Hyva and Tester did in the beginning of the game was force those 2 Sunkens, and that equalized the economic advantage in the game, because initially I thought the 12 pool would have been a little more successful in giving Com an economic advantage over Hyva, but after those 2 Sunkens were placed, Hyva actually had the economic advantage, especially after you went for Quick Spire and forced Com to build those spore colonies. He was just way behind in the economy game, and now Hyva has just the only Mutalisk force still on the map. He can harass at will. Looks like Hwasin's trying to put up a secondary now at his natural expansion, but I feel like this is not going to be successful because really Com is not able to do much anymore. He really doesn't have a lot of drones left, and he probably doesn't have many Zerglings left, so it's going to be a 2v1 for now. It looks like all Zealots for Tester moving in now, plus the Mutalisk harass, and looks like these Zealots may be able to take out all these Marines. It looks like they are, and they're going to take out the first tank here, so huge trouble for Hwasin now, and it looks like the eSTRO team is going to be able to take out the natural expansion that was building for Hwasin. I don't know what the STX team can do at this point. If some of you viewers can tell me what a Zerg and Terran team could do at this point to try to get back, that would be really interesting to see, but I feel that this is past the point of no return at this point. Only two turrets up for Hwasin, and looks like actually Hyva's actually going to just try to focus down those turrets. Looks like he does focus down both their turrets. Now he's going to have pretty close to free reign on these SCVs. Looks like the Medic Marines do get within the mineral lines to protect them, but really this is Hwasin's in a terrible position right now. He doesn't have a secondary up. He's not going to be able to get it up against his constant harass, Mutalisk harass. And now Hyvaa is looks like he's getting a reverse now. I'm sorry, his partner Tester is getting a reverse right now. He's got a shuttle and probably a reaver making in the robotics facility. Looks like he's thinking about sending an expansion at the upper right corner, actually, building a photon cannon there. And I still don't know what Com's doing in his base. Perhaps he's still just trying to build tech, getting some Mutalisks. I assume that's what he's doing because the last I saw of him, he was getting his lair up. And looks like now Hyvaa, actually no, Com does have a, no, I'm sorry, that was Hyvaa's Mutalisks. Com still hasn't done anything, really. Unfortunately for Com, he just really built way too many defensive buildings, or was forced to. I don't know if he was forced to, but he definitely did, and that slowed him down tremendously. Now a Reaver out to support this advance here, and now looks like the secondary was finished, but finishing it might have been a mistake, because now it's going to get taken down, perhaps, by these Mutalisks. Shuttle coming up to support the Reaver. Now, finally, the first Mutalisks from Com are out. Looks like 3 Mutalisks out for Com, and perhaps they're going to try to engage this large force in combat, but really, he needs to get there right now, because they're about to kill Hyvaa's Mutalisks are finally, looks like Com actually surprising Hyvaa, perhaps, getting into Hyvaa's base and killing off a number of drones there. Now Hyvaa's forced to bring his Mutalisks back, and looks like perhaps 4 Mutalisks out for Com, and now looks like, though, unfortunately for them, Hyvaa's Mutalisks were around long enough to deal a lot of damage to Hwasin's base. The Reaver does go down, but looks like still a couple of Zealots alive. And looks like, and actually, they're going for the killing blow here. Hyvaa's ignoring his base. He's deciding to let his drones die, and I think that is the correct decision right now, because Hwasin's really the only force here, and actually he can depend on his reinforcements to save his own base, because Hwasin, once again, is the only danger left in this game. I feel that Com really is so far behind that either the Protoss or the Zerg player can take him out. Looks like, yeah, Hwasin in huge trouble here. He's losing all of his SCVs. Really nothing left in his base right now. Yeah, I think this is GG for STX. I think eSTRO has taken it 3-0. Really impressive 2v2 game. I have to say the Zerg and Protoss team this time won, and I think it was because they decided not to go for fast tech, because they just used a lot of Zealots and just really played excellently. Finishing blow coming from Hyvaa upon Com's base. There's GG. Yeah, STX team just outplayed this entire game, I feel. Really, Hwasin's main mistake was not moving out early enough, and Com was forced to build all those defensive buildings. He really didn't take advantage of his slight economically in the beginning, but great play from Tester and Hyvaa showing that he has real skill as a Zerg player, despite this being one of his first few pro games, managing to defeat a team that included Hwasin, who is a very, very experienced Pro League player, and eSTRO wins 3-0 in this series. Very impressive play from eSTRO in all 3 games, and I will be having 2 more filler videos, I guess, to the end of this video, so hope you guys enjoyed. This is Kal signing off.